Hey guys, John here from Bring the SEO. Today I want to talk about something that grinds my gears. And it's this expression that often gets thrown around. Don't sell time for money. Or sometimes it's often said this way, don't exchange time for money. Now, why does it grind my gears? Well, to give some context, I was watching a YouTube video last night and the presenter was talking about setting up an agency and how to make $1 million by next Saturday afternoon. And in that video, he said, well, you could do it this way, but to be, you could do it this way, but to be honest, you're going to be selling time for money. And I don't know about you, but I'm not really interested in exchanging my time for money. Now, this is, this is a bit of a catchphrase that's been popularized. And I think it's become popular simply because it sounds sexy, right? This whole notion of not exchanging, dollars for hours. It sounds romantic and it's certainly attractive. And for anyone who's providing done-for-you services for clients, it can be enough to, certainly capture your attention. And I think in many cases, that people that are giving this advice probably haven't spent too much time in the trenches, and truth be told, maybe they're just trying to sell you something. Let's face it, a lot of people running around the internet selling big bags of hope. Now, I wanted to take just a minute to talk about this because, look, when it comes to running an SEO agency, and I've been thinking about this topic over the last couple of days. Running an SEO agency is hard, and there's work involved, and the people who are assigned to those tasks and performing that work takes time. There's no other way to say it. People in your agency, staff members, are doing things, and those things take time. This whole notion of not selling time for money, it's just ridiculous. Now, having said that, there is some truth. There is some truth in this, right? And of course, I'm going to reference my usual notes that I've scribbled down in preparation for this video. There is some truth in this. Now, this is a conversation I've had a couple of times, right? There is some truth in this. You're not selling your own time. You're selling someone else's. This is the best way to think about this, right? I don't want to exchange my time for money either, right? I don't want to charge. And look, I'll give you an example to make this as easy as possible. Let's say I'm charging $180 an hour to do SEO. Okay, that's all well and good. If I'm sitting here for 10 hours per billing cycle, charging $180 an hour or whatever it is, then that's going to be a grind. And that's certainly not going to be fun. But you shouldn't be doing that. You should be selling the hourly rate at $180, let's say, and then paying staff like $30 an hour. This is how businesses work. Old mate that you've got plugged in to do off-page optimization isn't going to be getting paid $180 an hour. But the client is paying that. This is, of course, how you make profits. So the next thing I want to touch on, and I can just see some eyebrows being raised here. But John, charging an hourly rate limits my earning potential. Okay, well, there's an answer to that. This is where you need to think about shifting, right? The solution to this, let me rephrase that. The solution to this, and I agree, if you're charging an hourly rate, there's going to be you're going to get to a certain point, even with a team, you're going to get to a certain point where you're maxed out. Now, the solution to this is to shift from hourly-based pricing to value-based pricing. Now, there's something I want to touch on here real quick because I've worked with a lot of SEO consultants that are working with business coaches, and for whatever reason, and maybe it's just an easy sell, there's a lot of business coaches kicking around at the moment that will say things like, sell the value. I'm sure you've all heard this, right? Sell the value, charge more. And this is another one that I've seen. In fact, I had a call with an SEO consultant about 2 weeks ago, and she said, working with this business coach, and she said, in order to in order to make more money, I just need to get more clients and charge more. Pretty average advice, really. But the whole thing around charging more, this advice, just if you want to make more money, just charge more, is pretty stupid. And I say that because that sort of ties in with this whole idea around selling value, which, there's definitely some truth in that. Absolutely. But the idea of selling value and charging more is fine so long as you're actually providing value. Oh my God. How insightful. And this is a problem that I have. I've spoken with hundreds of SEO consultants, and they say, oh, we're working with this business coach, or we've done this training, and they said I should charge, said that we should start charging $5,000 a month. Okay, well, that's nice. But how is that being translated? How is that translated into value at the client's end? Right now, I'm going a little bit off topic here, but just to bring this back, before I wrap this up, just to bring this back on topic, anyone who suggests that running an SEO agency is easy and that you shouldn't sell, or let me start over. Anyone who suggests that you shouldn't sell time for money when it comes to done-for-you services is blowing smoke. Yes, you can shift away from exchanging time for money at some point when you shift to value-based pricing, and for those who are familiar with value-based pricing, this is where you disconnect between the hours and the results provided. But anyone, this whole notion around not exchanging time for money, unless you're Kim Kardashian and you can go to the local shopping mall and make a 20-minute appearance and get charged $500,000, well then chances are you're not Kim Kardashian and you're going to be running an agency and you're going to have staff, and those staff are doing things, those staff members are doing things, and those things take time. There's really no other way to say it. I hope you've gotten some value out of this video, and I apologize for making it a bit of a rant. But this whole notion around don't exchange time for money. Well, okay, that's great. What are you trying to sell me here? It doesn't make any sense. All right, I'll leave it at that. Hope you've got value out of this video. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Hey, if you've enjoyed this video and you'd like to learn more, head over to bringtheseo.com. We provide business development training for SEO consultants wanting to improve their processes, increase profits, and scale to $100,000 a month or more without all the stress and overwhelm.